hi. So I'm going to say hi. I'm Miss Teresa, or you can call me Teresa. And if you talk about me, you could say her yoga class or she is the yoga teacher. Those are my pronouns. And I work for Yogis in Service. This is my friend Yogi Bear, and some other groups and Yoga Parkside. And I teach some kids yoga. And I've been going to the Nature Pilgrimage since my little girls were little, and now they're grown-up ladies. So for a long, long time. But anyway, who is over here? I see someone on their screen. It says Evelyn and Owen. But I bet that the child's name is something different. What's your name?
Evelyn.
Evelyn? You are Evelyn. Okay, great. Nice to meet you. And I see someone whose screen says Kaylee. Are you Kaylee?
Yeah.
Yay, nice to meet you. And is this Wendy right here? Wendy is right here. And Esri. Are you Esri? Hi, are you Esri? It's nice to meet you. And also, let's see, Stacy is here, but chose to hide. That's okay. And Ellen's here. But anyway, I'm just glad to see everybody. We're going to have some fun. We're going to do some nature-inspired yoga, because yoga, being a yoga lover and being a nature lover, totally go together. So, and we're going to also be very silly. Are we ready to have, and we're going to move and dance. So we're going to start with moving and dancing. Is that okay with everybody? Okay. So we have a song now. Oh, just a couple logistics. So either if you have a mat to work on or a carpet or both, and dancing feet I see, and it works the best if you have bare feet or shoes and socks, but bare feet is the best, but not soft feet because you don't want to slide around. So I have my bare feet. You guys have your bare feet. All is well. So let's just do a quick sound check to make sure you can hear the music.
Here's a fun song that you
Can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear it? All right. Okay, now hang on. When we do this song now, we're just gonna dance, and there's no rules. You make up your own dance. Let's go.
Chorus start. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Shake yourself, it's good for your health. Every little cell is happy and well. Shake yourself, it's good for your health. Every little cell is happy and well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Bend your knees and chair pose, please. Every little cell is happy and well. Bend your knees and chair pose, please. Every little cell is happy and well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Reach up high to the sky. Every little cell is happy and well. Reach up high to the sky. Every little cell is happy and well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Reach for your toes and ragdoll pose. Every little cell is happy and well. Reach for your toes and ragdoll pose. Every little cell is happy and well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Here's one more, make a lion roar.
Oh yeah, this is fun.
Here's one more, make a lion roar. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. cell in my body is well. Jumping jacks will strengthen your back. Every little cell is happy and well. Jumping jacks will strengthen your back. And every little cell is happy and well. Now let's do it faster. Jumping jacks will strengthen your back. Every little cell is happy and well. Jumping jacks will strengthen your back. Every little cell is happy and well. Jumping jacks will strengthen your back. Every little cell is happy and well. Jumping jacks will strengthen your back. Every little cell is happy and well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well.
Oh, wow. You guys did such a great job. I loved watching you dance. So did it make your body feel good just to move it? You can give me a thumbs up. Did it make your body feel good just to move it? So the people who invented yoga a long, long, long time ago, thousands and thousands of years ago, at first, they just like to sit and think and think and think and think and meditate and think. And then just a couple hundred years ago, they thought, well, maybe it would help us focus even better if we moved our bodies too and made shapes with our bodies and then sat and thought some more. So they figured that was a good way to do it. But we're gonna put on our yoga glasses for a minute because we're gonna think about what it was like. I already have one pair of glasses, but I'm gonna put on my yoga glasses too. To be there a long, long, long time ago, thousands of years ago, when things were quieter. But everything was kind of like it is right now. Like I can see that my friends Kristen and Colin and Chuck are in this call, and they are found often at Rhinestone Woods where there are ponds. Can everybody picture a pond in their head? When dragonflies are flying around and beavers are swimming around and maybe the beaver's tail is hitting the water because we're around, and oh, there's like buzzing of insects and you don't hear motors, you just hear all of that. Well, in the old days, when people invented yoga, they listened to all of that and they said, this makes a sound, the universe makes a sound, and they called it Om. So when we do yoga, a lot of times we start it with an Om. So we're gonna make that sound. Let's be silly the first time, because it's sort of silly to make this big sound. So if we want, we can be silly our first time. And we can say that I see ads on TV with ET, so maybe some of you kids know who that is. ET wanted to call home. So we'll say, ET phone home, to make a silly home.
Morning, honey.
Make
That's something
a
I always
real home. You ready? And it's just a sound we make together. When we do yoga and we make sounds together and we breathe together, it helps us kind of be together more. But again, let's get back to the moving our body part. So again, let's look at a couple pictures of the pond, and then we're going to do our own little yoga story. So I have a book all about animal tracks, and so you can picture what it's like when you're near a pond right now. At this time when all of a sudden it's warm and it's green everywhere. So I'm not going to read the words, but you can see ducks. Has anyone seen any ducks this year? And you can see turtles and frogs because they're not hibernating anymore. And you can see deer hopping around. So let's make up our own story with some of the animals at the pond. Oh, also great blue heron, like on my shirt. And we're gonna look at that some more. And let's think about, let's just do the yoga story. But right before we do the yoga story, we're going to do one special little chant that goes with the Om, and it's called Peace Begins with Me. Can you do that with me? You just take your thumbs and they take turn, each finger takes turn touching your thumb. You can't do it wrong. I see a couple worried faces. You cannot do it wrong. Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. And a lot of times I'm somewhere where I can't go, think about the universe and think about everything being, I can't make that sound, but I want to calm myself down. You can do this wherever you want. Peace begins with me. And think about how you can be the person who brings peace to your family, to your friends, to the whole wide world. Peace begins with me. Okay, let's do a yoga story. And it is kind of free form. So get on your mat or your rug, and I will lead you a little bit. So once upon a time, remember, there was a great blue heron at the pond. So lay down on your mat, and can you sit crisscross applesauce to start, and then just leave one leg bent, and to see if you can pick up the other leg when you're in crisscross applesauce. And we call this pose heron, because think about the heron standing on one leg by the pond. And let's put that leg down, crisscross it, and pull the other one up. So once upon a time, there was a heron at a pond, and he was hoping, or she was hoping, to catch a fish. And they had to be very still for a long, long time. And also at that pond, there was a turtle. So for a turtle, sit on your bottom and bring your legs up and just hold onto your ankles and kind of balance on your bottom. And you might fall out, you might wiggle, and that is okay. And the turtle was on a log, and it felt so good to be in the sun. Oh, the turtle was just really enjoying that. And then they saw a flower. So now, arms up, legs up, a beautiful, beautiful flower by the by the pond. And then they saw a cat. What was the cat doing at the pond? Get on your hands and knees, arch your back. Meow. Meow. What was the cat doing at the pond? I have no idea. But quickly the cat left because an eagle came
Right.
along. So
That's your
stand
yoga.
up,
What she does.
one arm under the other, and that is doing an eagle pose. So now we are up, we're standing up again. Remember I said that the ancient people thought, well, we better invent some movement so that people they won't get a sore bottom just sitting there thinking big thoughts. So one of the first movements they invented was called sun salutation. So we're going to do a sun salutation, and in this song she'll tell you everything to do, but also you can look at me, you can look at each other on the screen. You ready to give it a go? Now just freestyle dance to start.
Salutation dance for the sun. I can do it, you can do it, we can do a sun salutation. Sun salutation dance for the sun. Sun salutation dance for the sun. Sun salutation dance for the sun. I can do it, you can do it, we can do a sun salutation. Stretch up high, hang down low, trees jump back, belly on the ground, look at the sun, now downward dog, and breathe, and breathe, feet jump up, hang down the sun. Sun salutation, dance for the sun. Sun salutation, dance for the sun. I can do it, you can do it, we can do a sun salutation. Sun salutation, dance for the sun. Sun salutation, dance for the sun. Sun salutation, dance for the sun. I can do it, you can do it, we can do a sun salutation.
Did you guys like that? Did you like that? That's one of my favorites. It's a really nice lady who she said, I want all the kids yoga teachers to be able to use my songs to teach whenever they want online. So her name is Kira, and she writes some books about yoga too. She's a lovely person. Anyway, who I haven't met yet. So that was a sun salutation. So you reach up high, you come to mountain pose where you stand. You can stand with your arms up or your hands down. Do you want to learn a couple more? Do you want to do, let's do a couple more poses together. And then, my friends, we are going to invent our own little bit of yoga. Because that's what the ancient people did. They were looking at nature and they came up with some of those shapes. So let's first let's just come and sit and crisscross applesauce again. And bring your hands up so that they're about at your heart. And let's just twist. And whenever you're feeling kind of sleepy or crabby, when you twist like this, it makes your body feel good. It makes your mind feel good. And now stretch your hands out and wiggle your fingers and shake, shake, shake your hands out. And now I want you to give yourself a hug. Just give yourself a hug and twist back and forth. And then stretch your arms out. And whatever arm was on top, see if you can switch it and put the other arm on top and give yourself a hug. And it doesn't matter if you don't remember. Just give yourself another hug and then just twist, twist, twist. And that feels really good. And just roll your shoulders forward and roll them backward. And now let's come back to our hands and our knees. And look at your hands on your mat. And can you stretch your fingers out so that they're not all tight together? And press down on this part of your hand, the palm of your hand. Good. Okay, so this is, let's call this our table pose. And we can go from that into that silly cat pose again. So arch your back up like a Halloween cat and breathe out with a meow. Meow. And now stretch your head forward. And now you are pretending to be a cow. And again, this is kids yoga. We need to be more noisy. Moo, moo as a cow. And we can make our cow go back and forth. And we can make our cow go front and back. And we can just go moo. And let's arch our back and do another cat. Meow. And another cow. Moo. And just a few times. Ah. Now, she talked about doing a downward dog. Want to try another one of those? That always feels really good. So you're on your knees, and now push up and come to your feet and stick your bottom high in the air like a V. And then you can bend one knee and then the other, so you're making your dog move. And how about some sound effects to go with our dog? Woof, woof, woof. Woof, woof. Have you ever seen a dog stretch out like this? I bet you've seen your cat stretch out like this, and it feels really good. So those people who invented yoga, they spent a lot of time looking at nature. And when we do yoga, when we practice our breathing, and when we make some shapes with our bodies and just do some of those things to help us feel peaceful inside and make some peace inside, then it kind of makes it easier for us to see things in nature sometimes. Like there's one place I go and you can feed the chickadees, and you put some seeds on your hand, you feed the chickadees, and when I'm really quiet and still, looking, wondering if a chickadee will come to my hand, all of a sudden I'll see something else like a deer, because yoga just helps you be really calm and ready to see things. So I think you guys look really smart, like you could invent some yoga. So I want to show you something. Let me just grab my glasses. Can you see this that I'm showing you? I see here a butterfly, but look how it started as an egg. And after it was an egg, it was a caterpillar, and then it was a pupa, and then it became a beautiful butterfly. So I have a feeling that we could invent our own yoga to be like a butterfly life cycle. I have a feeling we could. I'll give you some suggestions, because I know sometimes kids are like, I don't know, my brain is froze. And not just kids, that happens to me too. So I'll give you some suggestions, but you don't have to do my suggestions. You can do your own. Does that sound like a plan? I'm just going to play a little music and I will call out some ideas. So to be a butterfly, could we curl up in a little ball on our mat to be the butterfly egg? And could the caterpillar start to wiggle out of the egg? Just wiggle your body a little bit. Could you lay on your stomach and be a butterfly, wiggling and wiggling? Does that feel like being a caterpillar, rather? A wiggling caterpillar? And crawl like a caterpillar? Could we come up and just kind of do a butterfly dance? So did we invent some of our own yoga? Could we do that? Can we just invent some yoga? Do you guys want to try a few more things? So what if we made a shape that looks like a tree to us? Want to try that? What if it's a tree that stays green all year long, an evergreen tree? What would our hands look like at the top? What if it's a tree that the leaves are just coming out now? And could we put one foot on our other leg to do a tree? And a foot on our other leg, just down at our ankle. Strong, strong tree. How does that feel? Now I'm going to give you a choice. You can either keep moving, try to make some more of your own yoga, or you could join me in some pranayama. Pranayama is breath work. So let's see. I'm seeing a lot of people wanting to keep moving. I think we should do the sun song again. What do you guys think? The sun salutation dance for the sun? Is that a, or I have another one, yoga hip hop. Do you want to do that one? You guys, I'm always thinking about you, kids. Kind of everything's so different right now, so I want to do something that you would like. So let's do the yoga hip hop. It's another fun, silly song. So I say that's what we're gonna do. Go ahead.
What could be better than dancing and yoga together? Stay on your toes. When you hear yoga stop, strike a pose. Hip hop, everybody bop. Do the twist. Hip hop, everybody bop. Come on. Hip hop, everybody bop. Keep twisting. Hip hop, everybody bop. That's right. Hip hop, yoga stop. Triangle pose.
Ooh, how can we make a triangle with our body?
Hip hop, yoga stop. Other side. Hip hop, everybody bop. Do the robot. Hip hop, everybody bop. Boogie down. If you want to feel good and you want to be strong, then do your yoga all day long. Breathe, stretch, and meditate. Add good deeds, you're doing great. Be peaceful and be really kind, and then you'll have a yoga mind. Om Shanti and Namaste are yoga words I like to say. Yoga life is really cool. I share with my friends in my school. I'll never let it go away. I'm gonna practice every day. Hip hop, everybody bop. Do the crump. Hip hop, everybody bop. Come on. Hip hop, everybody bop. Everybody crump. Hip hop, everybody bop. Oh yeah. Hip hop, yoga stop. Downward dog.
We know how to do that.
Hip hop, yoga stop. Upward dog.
Ooh, lay on your tummy and push up.
Hip hop, everybody bop. Do the robot. Hip hop, everybody bop. Looking fine. So now you feel good and now you feel strong because you're doing yoga with this song. You're focused, kind, and loving too. It's amazing what yoga brings to you. It lifts you up to a higher plane. You're walking on air, you don't complain. You'll see everything in a whole new light. It's all good. Yoga life belongs to you. It stretches your mind and your body too. Don't ever let it go away. And remember to practice every day. Hip hop, everybody bop. Batteries are low. Hip hop, everybody bop. Insufficient power. Hip hop, everybody bop. Shutting down. Hip hop, everybody drop.
Ooh. Okay. Now we're ready for pranayama. We needed to move our bodies a little bit more. So pranayama is breath work. And pranayama you can take with you wherever you go. Again, it is wonderful to do yoga, to do the poses. I encourage you to keep finding all different kinds of ways to move your body. But sometimes, again, you might just be sitting and want to do some things for your body. So here's one. It's called candle breath. And it helps to kind of calm you down. So pretend there's a candle in front of you, and I use my finger, and take a nice deep breath in, and let it out slow so that you don't blow the candle out. And a couple more times. And now take a nice deep breath in and let's blow it out. And you can do that whenever you would like. And sometimes you might feel sleepy and you need to get a little more energy, so you can do a bunny breath. So breathe in and then breathe out this really funny way like this. And that's your bunny breath. So again, that's the kind of work you can always take with you wherever you go. If you need to wake up a little bit, you can twist. You can do a bunny breath. If you need to calm down, candle breath, or peace begins with me. And again, when you get yourself so quiet and so peaceful, that's the best way that we can find things when we're out in nature. And you kind of quiet your body and your mind, and you just say, okay, what's out there I want to see? And then that's when you start to see things. Okay. We have one more song before we relax. And it's another silly song. I threw in an extra song because I could just watch you and see you needed a lot of moving around. So if during this song, if it gets to be too much, then you can always like pretend you're a little egg again. We call that child's pose or rock pose. Or you can just lay on your tummy on the mat, or you can just sit and rest. But this is one more song where we're going to do a lot of moving and grooving. And it's about going outside too. It's called Yoga Makes Me Strong.
I took a hike up the big mountain. Yoga makes me strong. Yoga makes me strong. When nighttime came, I saw the stars. I took a hike up the big mountain. Yoga makes me strong. Yoga makes me strong. A friend joined me and told a joke. When nighttime came, I saw the stars. I took a hike up the big mountain. Yoga makes me strong. Yoga makes me strong. We took a long rest in a chair. A friend joined me and told me a joke. When nighttime came, I saw the stars. I took a hike up the big mountain. Yoga makes me strong. Yoga makes me strong. A doggy joined me for my walk. We took a long rest in a chair. A friend joined me and told me a joke. When nighttime came, I saw the stars. I took a hike up a big mountain. Yoga makes me strong. Yoga makes me strong. A cat jumped up on my shoulder. A doggy joined me for my walk. We took a long rest in a chair. A friend joined me and told me a joke. When nighttime came, I saw the stars. I took a hike up a big mountain. Yoga makes me strong. Yoga makes me strong. Then came a cow to join the fun.
Oh, cow. Moo. Moo.
A cat jumped up on my shoulder. A doggy joined me for my walk. We took a long rest in a chair. A friend joined me and told a joke. When nighttime came, I saw the stars. I took a hike up a big mountain. Yoga makes me strong. Yoga makes me strong.
Okay. Then she gets a little really crazy there. And I want to give us a chance to rest, but I'm going to give us a couple more quick poses. So another one that's really fun to do is to be a snake. So lay on your mat, lay on your belly, press your hands down, and pick your head up and go, turn side to side and go, So that's Cobra. And again, on your own, you could say, oh, I'm going to do a little yoga. So lay on your stomach, do a Cobra, come and be a cat, meow, and then a cow, moo, and then press up into dog, bark, 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 walk forward, stand up tall, and be a mountain. And take a nice deep breath. And that just makes you feel so good because it's getting your heart pumping and it's getting your breath. So what we like to do when we're done is to take a little rest. So can you lay on your back and stretch your arms out? I'm staying sitting up so I can talk to you. And we have to make it a quick rest so I can give the channel back to Lon. But just take some deep breaths. Put one hand on your heart. Feel your strong heart beating. Think that you can always make this feeling of peace in your body, because peace begins with you. And you can take this out into the world. Be kind to every living thing. Be kind to all the nature around you, because secret, we are nature. We are part of nature. And peace begins with us. Peace begins with me. Peace begins with you. Peace belongs to all of us. There's the people who invented yoga lived in a country called India. And they have a special word that means hello and goodbye. And it's called namaste. Namaste. So if you want to, you can put your hands at your heart. And we can look at each other on the screen. We can say to each other, namaste. And we can say to each other, Om Shanti, peace be with you. I'm so happy you guys came to do yoga with me this morning. I'm so sad we can't camp together, but we will next year. So I can't wait till next year when we can camp together. But in the meantime, you can have this yoga feeling whenever you want, the peace inside yourself, and you can take it with you everywhere you go, being kind to nature. Namaste.
Teresa, that was wonderful. Thank you very much for your presentation. We look forward to your presentation tomorrow morning with the adults. Hope the kids had a great time, and hope to see them in person next year at the Allegany Nature Pilgrimage, June 4th to 6th. So, and Teresa will be there.
And we won't dance, adults. Don't be afraid. It'll be a little more traditional, but we will still have fun. So come back for adult, and the kids can come too.
And we have a couple minutes for questions. If anybody would like to ask you a question, Teresa, just moms, dads, just unmute yourself and ask Teresa if you have any questions. Any questions?
I see my friend Kristen there, and I just want to thank her so much for helping me learn so much about nature and helping me learn about yoga too, about being a yoga teacher by letting me practice at Rhinestein. So
good to see you. Thank you so much. That was fun.
oh yeah, I hope Colin had fun, and I loved meeting my new friends, Evelyn and Wendy, and let's see, Kaylee and Esri. That was really fun. You guys were great yogis and dancers and inventors. Do you guys have any questions?
All right. Well, thank you very much for participating, Teresa. As always, thank you not only for this presentation, but your contribution to the weekend every year. So thank you.
We can't wait to lead our hike next year too. So yeah.
Good. Yeah.
All right, thanks, Lon.
Yeah, we'll see you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.